this one, it was preventing me from seeing this one, but later I got to see the woman, I said, Madam, we'll take another sample. But this thing, I said, did you do it in the region? She said, no, but I don't even that. She said, oh, no, it's okay, if you just give us the next day, because I've checked the one they did. I need to take let me see if there's any mix up anywhere. After taking the sample, happens to me. She said, oh, okay, I didn't do it, it was just once, so the other one they are telling me in school.
You know that when it comes to this genotype blood group thing, I'm happy that internally, because as a facility we have our internal control. That's part of IQ, internal quality checks, right? Because it came up, your colleagues now had to run their independent sample. Good, the result was same as what you brought. An average Nigerian naturally work with the genotype we tell ourselves in school,
Yes,
for the days in uni. Recently I was talking to somebody who had reached out to me, and they even had a son, and they didn't even know, because he assumed it was AA.
The wife.
And the lady already knew that she was AS. So they went into a dating relationship, got pregnant, they even got married. The boy now had them taking, falling sick. And eventually they admitted the guy, ran tests, and they saw that it was SS. And then she needed to go, and she was going to sue whatever facility and all that. So it's a major thing. That is why internally for us as a lab, we pay very close emphasis. In the event where the patient most times is very insistent, what we do is a third-party icebreaker. Isn't it? Confirmation. And that way you're doing it just to justify, it's now your part of your efficiency has to do with quality and time. Okay? The time it takes you to deliver good results. Volume of work, you have done 75 full blood count, that is chemistry, in a shift alone. Right? So how many minutes does it take for full blood count to come out? Knowing that it was automated now, it was not manual, it didn't automated. So how many minutes does it take for one? Normally, what's our overall turnaround time for chemistry?
For full blood count?
Full blood count, yeah.
It's about 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Excluding when it comes, excluding when it gets to me.
And then,
like from when I receive the sample.
That is why, do you know that in the laboratory, yeah, there is a turnaround time for every investigation. We agree. The moment you come now, you take my sample, and the bottle now comes to you on your bench. It begins to count from the time that sample gets to you.
okay,
now, even though
he's not getting the...
No, he's a praising.
Okay,
he's
but this one is not part of it. I just want to... You know, sometimes when you need maintenance in between all these things, you might want to put this on machine, start showing you something, you stop. And that maintaining that, trying to fill that particular
what time of the day do you do your maintenance? It's part of, when you get to planning, that question, I have it at the back of my head, but it's in the part of planning. When you come to work, what do you do? Part of your internal quality checks is to start up your machines and all that. We are not talking about when we get to planning, we get to that, but I'm talking about averagely. It is assumed that work you have done, volume of work you have done, we want to analyze quantity. Alright? And at the back of our head, we are looking at efficiency. You know, efficiency has to do with quality and time. Okay? The time it takes you to deliver good results. Volume of work, you have done 75 full blood count, that is chemistry, in a shift alone. Right? So how many minutes does it take for full blood count to come out? Knowing that it was automated now, it was not manual, it didn't automated. So how many minutes does it take for one? Normally, what's our overall turnaround time for chemistry?
For full blood count?
Full blood count, yeah.
It's about 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Excluding when it comes, excluding when it gets to me.
And then,
like from when I receive the sample.
That is why, do you know that in the laboratory, yeah, there is a turnaround time for every investigation. We agree. The moment you come now, you take my sample, and the bottle now comes to you on your bench. It begins to count from the time that sample gets to you.
okay,
now, even though
he's not getting the...
No, he's a praising.
Okay,
he's
but this one is not part of it. I just want to... You know, sometimes when you need maintenance in between all these things, he might want to put this on machine will start showing you something, you stop. And that maintaining that, trying to fill that particular one.
What time of the day do you do your maintenance? It's part of when we get to planning. That question I have it at the back of my head, but it's in the part of planning. When you come to work, what do you do? Part of your internal quality checks is to
start from
start up your machines and all that. We are not talking about when we get to planning, we get to that point. I'm talking about averagely. It is assumed that the doctor or any of your colleagues have come to query that this result, we need to double check it.
Yes, there are occasions like that, but it actually still turns out that my result is correct.
Okay.
The most recent one was a pregnancy test done on the patient. Actually, she know the doctor's name. I don't know the doctor's name, but it happened about late last week
Okay.
or by Monday.
Dr. Charles.
Okay.
So I did a pregnancy test for the patient. I gave her my result negative. But whatever happened, it wasn't true. I think the patient was even saying that she's actually pregnant.
Pregnant, yeah.
The scan was saying there's a sac too. So we ran the same test again, even with the same strip I used, and then eventually also suggested, okay, let's use another strip entirely, and we still got the same result. And also, it also happened a woman that came from, I think, a patient from Princess, because she knows one of my colleagues there, to do blood group and genotype here. So I gave her the results. The lady came back that she doesn't know herself to be AS. I don't know what the result was, AA or AS.
Yeah.
And I said that even before, some of the things that actually, I do when it comes to genotype, most times is I'm not always fasting.
Using results, yes.
I'm not because I will take the entire day delaying the patient. No, just because I want to confirm.
Yeah.
So if I know that okay, patient is waiting, I fast forward whatever I have to give priority to that. I'm not saying patients are not on the same level, but I will treat, this is my natural me, right? I will treat a patient who is waiting for a genotype result.
Everything laboratory, administratively, what is your job? Do you think, as a medical lab scientist, you have an administrative role to play?
Yes, it is. Basically, from the clerking itself in the laboratory, and also giving suggestions outside laboratory practice. When I mean practical laboratory practice, it shouldn't always be analysis, testing, and all that. Yes,
and it's here you talk about as a medical lab scientist, part of your core role is also on quality control, quality assurance, quality assurance of the machines you're using. Is not part of your job.
That's also part of giving accurate results, precise results.
No, you need to be very clear to state that it is your job. You're the one that is using the machine. You have turnaround time for each test. It means that your creative cells are not active, because what you should be working towards is we need to establish turnaround time for each test. That is why each time I do patient engagement, I recall the last time I did patient engagement, say this patient will tell me they told me 1 hour. This one say they told me 1 hour. And I'm like, it is not possible for all these patients to be running the same test 1 hour. That's why I came in, I started probing the people there. What is your turnaround time? In the lab, the appraisal question is to quantify the volume of job you do. 75 for full blood count in chemistry. Each of these tests takes how many minutes?
Each of them, excluding procedure.
If you have not done the analysis, just because you've not done it before.
No, we can. I've not been very deliberate in getting proper figures of this. But I can tell you from when the sample lands on the table for me to work on, I've done my daily maintenance, the machine is ready, it's just a fixing, it's not in the sample. Right? So that takes about 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And then I have to copy out the results and then go to post also.
How many minutes will that take?
That should take about 5 6 minutes.
So invariably, if I come to your lab to run a full blood count, once the sample hits you is 8 minutes. 3 minutes to do all of that, 5 minutes to that, and post. And now, how many minutes does it take at the phlebectomy to take a blood work? Because at the end of the day, do you know why it's important to quantify these things? At the back of our head, we know we are a very busy lab, extremely busy. The likelihood of you being the first person in that lab, I can't, when you come there are people waiting already before your sample. But let us
coming here, I've asked questions, I have learned, I have gotten better. When I started, I think I was asked a similar question like this, during the interview. And I can tell you my strength from then till now has moved from, say, 40 to 85, 90.
okay.
That's because I have grown on it, I have learned, I have developed. So there is hardly any investigation in practical terms that I can't actually do right now. Probably all I would just have to ask about is, okay, this, I'm not clear on this, I'm not clear on this. And those are just few of them like that. So I would say if very good was there, I would have chosen very good actually. But since it's
Why
good,
not excellent?
and then
No,
on the way to
excellent.
on the
I
way
like
to
that
excellence.
you're using numerics. You came on board with 40%, now you're 85%. Okay, in terms of